All right, so the question is saying, is it a proper noun, a common noun, or an abstract noun? Tell Auntie what would be a proper noun then.
A proper noun is when a sentence is complete.
Oh, a sentence is complete. Okay, huh? So if I say someone's name, if I say John, that is a noun. Or I might say Bridgetown, like it's something that has a capital letter. That's what we will call a proper noun. Teacher did that with you at school?
Yes, please.
Okay. And what we will call a common noun then? A common noun is something that is not a name or not a place. It could be anything. Like right now, it could be my laptop, my bed, my phone, paper, bottle, different things like that. You tell me some. Give me about 3 things that are common nouns. Call some for Auntie.
Pen, book.
Excellent. Table, window, dress, bag, box. All these things are proper nouns or common nouns. Proper nouns now would be Joshua, Jessica, Barbados, Anguilla, Bridgetown. All these things are proper nouns because they are names. Abstract noun now. You know those? You know anything about abstract nouns?
No, please.
All right, an abstract noun is something it exists, but we cannot touch it. We can't experience it with like our senses. You can't touch it. It's like an idea, a feeling, something like that. Um, so when I say knowledge, is knowledge something that I can see?
No, please.
Is knowledge something I can hear? Can I touch it? Can I taste it? No. I can't interact with it, but I know it's something that exists. So even in this passage, we could probably see about 4 or 5 abstract nouns. In the second sentence here, it is a pleasure to go jogging with you. Pleasure is an abstract noun, right? Yeah. All right. They're saying here about the spread of dengue. Spread would be an abstract noun as well. All right. So in this case, knowledge is an abstract noun. Next question. The word stagnant most likely means dirty, clean, still, or flowing. Let's look in the passage and see. All right, that's come down a bit. That's around here when we were talking about the water, and John said, because the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads dengue lay their eggs in the stagnant water collected in these containers. So we want to know what this word stagnant means. Does it mean dirty, clean, still, or flowing? You think if the water is in a container, would it be flowing? Is it like a river, a stream, or something that's flowing? It's just there in a container. So is it flowing?
Yes, please.
You know, if something is flowing, it will have to be moving. Like you have rivers in Anguilla, or you mostly like go to the beach. You have any rivers there?
Only ponds.
Only pond. So a pond is water that's still too. You know, like if you turn on the tap, turn on the pipe, or turn on the shower, the water is coming out, it's moving, it's flowing through the pipe. But if you have water in the pot when mommy is going to cook, is that water flowing or is still?
Still.
It's still, yeah. So stagnant water is not going to be water that's flowing. Yes, it's still. And it's not only still, would it be clean? You think it's water that I just pour out today and that's it? Or you think it's maybe water that was there for a little while?
Water there for a little
A
while.
little while, yeah. So it's still and it is dirty. It has been there for a while, right? We could say still. Yeah. What is the main topic of the conversation? Jogging, dengue, school projects, or homework? Remember, once we see that expression, the main topic, even if we talk about 4 or 5 different things during the passage, we want to focus on the one that we talk about the most, the one that came across as most important. So, what do you think is the most important thing we were talking about in this passage? What was Dad trying to teach John about mostly in this passage? Was it jogging, dengue, school projects, or homework?
Jogging.
Jogging was the main thing. So when you see that Dad spoke about jogging, when it first started, we see that they wanted to go jogging. And then everything changed because they went on and they said, but we can't go jogging because they're fogging. And then the conversation switched to, what is the reason? Why are they fogging? What are they trying to prevent? They're trying to prevent the mosquitoes because the mosquitoes were bringing dengue. Then we went on to what can we do to prevent the mosquitoes? And we spent a lot of time, all from the beginning all to near the end, talking about mosquitoes and dengue. And then we mentioned jogging at a tiny part here at the end. So you think we were mostly talking about jogging, or we spent mostly time talking about the dengue?
Dengue.
The dengue, yeah. John's comments suggest that he is knowledgeable, unsure, playful, or inquisitive. Inquisitive is a big word. Inquisitive means like curious, always asking a lot of questions. You think he's knowledgeable? That means he knows a lot about different things. He's playful. He likes to have a lot of fun all the time. Unsure. He doesn't really know. Knowledgeable. Very good. Very good. What do you think Dad meant when he said, put your knowledge into practice? He wanted John to help him clean around the house. He was going to quiz John on what he had learned in school that day. He wanted to check John's homework, or he wanted John to do better in school. Remember, they were talking about keeping your surroundings clean, right? Where did he say that to? Yeah. They were saying we need to keep our surroundings clean by making sure there are no empty containers for the water to collect in. And then Dad said, well, since our jogging session was cut short this evening, since we're not going jogging, let us go and put our knowledge into practice. So you think he wanted John to help him clean around the house, like to prevent mosquitoes? He wanted to quiz John about what happened at school. He wanted to check John's homework, or he wanted John to do better in school. Which one you think it is?
John to do better in school.
Do better in school. I'm sure he does want him to do better in school. But maybe he also wanted him to clean around the house. Because remember, the main thing that we're talking about all the time, mosquitoes, dengue. What can we do to help prevent mosquitoes, prevent dengue? And we said one of the things is try to keep around us clean. Okay. The phrase, we need to do our part, suggests that Dad wanted his family to do things together. The family needed to take part in community activities. They all had to help John with his school project, or the family needs to clean their surroundings. Let's see. Right, so when Dad said, let us put our knowledge into practice, that means Dad had wanted him to come and go and help clean. And John said, I remember I have to finish my homework. And John ran in his room. John didn't really feel like cleaning, right? And then the daddy said, we need to do our part. So I'm going to make sure that you do this tomorrow. You, mommy, and I. So you think it's that Dad wanted like the family to keep their surroundings clean? Because you know if you live in a neighborhood, Joshua, you keeping around you clean, but the person next door, they got by them untidy. The grass growing high, a lot of garbage all around, a lot of water all around for the mosquitoes to breathe. And then the person across the road, the same kind of thing, everything messy. You think you would still get mosquitoes in the neighborhood?
Yes, please.
Yeah, because one body can't do it on their own. A special shout out to my Kedar yesterday. Had lessons in my community. Timar, I can't call all the names. And Kedar said, keep your community clean. Yeah, that was his word. Very important. Every person has to do their part. Right, yeah? Yep. You do your part, I do my part. And where we can, we help each other too. Yeah, for the sake of the overall good of everyone. All right, and our last question. You're doing a great job, Joshua. According to the conversation, which of the following statements is true? John and his dad exercise often. John learned about dengue from his father. John felt ill after he smelled the insecticide used for fog. It doesn't smell pleasant. John did not know the reason for fogging. You can remember anything about how John was feeling when he smelled it? John was feeling happy to smell the fogging, or John didn't really like it?
He didn't like it.
He
as
didn't
he
like
had
it.
felt sick.
Right, he feels sick, so he had to go inside. So that would be the answer. John felt ill after he smelled the insecticide used for fogging. So that is the end, Joshua. You did a great job. Remember, when we're doing our comprehension, we're taking our time. We read through the passage. We try to note and understand what is important in the passage. We take our time. When we're reading our questions, be very careful. Don't let anybody trick you. People like to try to trick you with these questions. You see, like when they ask you if they were on their way home from jogging, and we know jogging was involved, but the jogging didn't take place yet. So that would not have been the correct answer. Right? At any time, when what the auntie said, when the question says what was the main idea, what do we think about? If they ask you what was the main idea in the passage, what are you looking at? We're looking at what is the topic that we were talking about most of the time in the passage, right? What was the most important thing? So for this particular passage, we said dengue and mosquitoes and that kind of thing. Yes, we talk a bit about jogging, a little bit about homework, Dad and John having fun and laughing and so on. But the main thing coming through, the importance of keeping your community clean, to prevent the spread of dengue from having a lot of mosquitoes. All right, so that was a great job. Good work from my Joshua as always.